11 Alive News Weekend Mornings starts now.
This morning, what we know about a tree that fell on this home overnight on the west side, killing one person and trapping others inside. 11 Alive's Erica Murphy will join us live from the scene with what officials are telling us right now. And that's not the only severe weather damage we're seeing. This is a look at new photos from overnight showing a tree that fell on top of a car in Noonan. Just ahead, we're sharing more photos from our viewers of some of the destruction they're waking up to this morning.
The main line of storms out of our area stretching through South Georgia. Our severe weather threat has ended, but we are left with a couple spotty lingering showers. I'm tracking still gusty winds as well as colder air that's on the way.
And now let's take you outside as you get ready to start your Sunday. Here's a view out of your window from some of our weather cameras. As you can see, from Sandy Springs to Athens, Noonan to Atlanta, we are now in the calm after that storm, after strong winds and heavy rain slammed the metro area this morning. Good morning, good to be with you. Here with meteorologist Nicole Hartford, who's already had a day. It is Sunday, February 16th. You've been warning us about this for days now. This storm came right when you said it would, middle of the night, which almost makes it even more dangerous.
Yeah, and this is the situation that we hate to see unfold. These middle of the night, overnight events where people are awoken by the storms, and we had a lot of damage across North Georgia, mostly with straight line winds. Now the storms are moving out, so our damage is really done with as far as the storms are concerned. Those are down into portions of South Georgia, really stretching from South Georgia even into the Florida Panhandle up through the Carolinas, and this is still a powerful storm system. It is prompting severe thunderstorm warnings up and down that line, still mainly with straight line winds, which is what we saw the bulk of through the overnight hours and early into this morning. Now we have a couple showers that still linger. We've got cloud cover, a little bit of light rainfall, but as far as that severe weather threat is concerned, it is over. We are not anticipating any more storms or any more severe weather. Those spotty showers are mainly up towards the northwest of the city, stretching through portions of Cobb County into North Fulton, into portions of eastern Cherokee County, and off towards Forsyth as well. As we go through the next couple of hours, I'm sure we'll be adding to the number of storm reports. This is what we have so far. These are the official reports from the National Weather Service. We've gotten a number of reports that I'm sure just haven't been logged yet that stretch across North Georgia. The majority of these are associated with the winds overnight that led to a number of power outages as well as downed trees. As we go throughout the next couple of hours, winds will remain breezy. So we have this wind advisory in effect through noon today, and that just means that some wind gusts up to 30 or 35 miles per hour is possible. Now, that's not crazy strong, but it is enough to blow around debris that is already down, and it could lead to additional downed trees or even power outages with some of those stronger gusts. So we're still going to be watching that throughout the next couple hours. This strong storm system is also ushering in some colder air, and I'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes. Dan?
Yeah, Nicole, you mentioned those power outages. At one point, more than 100,000 people in the dark just in the metro area alone, but they are working to get those lights back on. We'll be bringing you updates throughout the show. But now let's get to a tragic update from this storm. 11 Alive's Erica Murphy is at a home on the west side where a tree fell on a home early this morning, killing one man. Erica, what else are you learning from the scene?
Well, Dan, I am here in the 700 block of Matilda Place Northwest, near Hortense Place Northwest. I'm going to step aside because the White House behind me is where tragedy struck for a local family today. As you can see, a tree fell on the back corner of that house and took a man's life. Fire crews were out here around 5 a.m. for reports of that tree falling on this house. The home was occupied at the time by at least 4 people. One man in his 60s didn't make it out.
There was an extended operation to remove that person. Unfortunately, it did result in a fatality. At this time, we're not going to release any really additional information out of respect to the family. The family has asked no additional details at this time be released.
Now, I want to say that the medical examiner is on site, and just right now they're allowing the family to go over to the house to pay their final respects to the gentleman who lost his life in this home before they removed that body. I did speak to this gentleman's wife. Her name is Miss Diane, and she was telling me that they were together for 25 years and married for 21 of those 25 years. She says he was a very good man. Reporting from Northwest Atlanta, Erica Murphy, 11 Alive News.
What a tragic, emotional scene out there. Erica, thanks. We'll be checking back in with her in about 30 minutes. Now, though, we want to travel about an hour south to Troup County, where this storm really packed a punch this morning. Lieutenant Stuart Smith from the Sheriff's Department is joining us live on the phone right now to talk us through what they're seeing. Lieutenant, thank you for your time. What kind of damage reports are you hearing about this morning?
So we've got 60 plus tree down reports all over Troup County. We've had one tree on a residence in Troup County, several on some cars and vehicles. We've got a lot of power outages. The north end of Troup County up around Hogansville, it looks like it may have taken the brunt of things, and I'm actually traveling up there with our EMA director as we speak to get an eye on things. Just a lot of trees down, a lot of power lines down. We've got power outages all over the county. We're just out now assessing things now that we've got safe daylight.
Yeah, we're seeing some of these pictures out of Troup County this morning. It'll be interesting to see whether the National Weather Service tells us it was a tornado or straight line winds that you all saw overnight. You mentioned some trees down on homes and cars. Do we know anything about any injuries associated with those incidents?
We believe we have one. I don't think it was any major injuries. We don't have any reports of fatalities yet. But again, as the daylight comes up, we are going to get some more reports of trees down, and we're just trying to ask people. We know it's a Sunday. People are going to get out going to church. We just ask people to take their time because trees are down, power lines are down. If you see a line down in the road, do not drive over because it could be a live wire.
Well, I do want to ask you about that. Here we are, 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. What is your message to residents today? Do they need to stay inside? If folks have to leave the home, what do you want to tell them?
You know, just that if you do have to get out, take your time, go slow. If a tree is down, obviously, just turn around and go the other way. If there is a line down, you know, if it's cable or power, do not attempt to drive over because it could be a live wire.
Well, that's good advice for all of us listening, not just out of Troup County this morning. Finally, Lieutenant, for folks who need to stay updated on roads reopening, I know you're headed to the north end of the county right now. How can they stay in touch with you all today?
So we're trying to keep it posted on the Troup County Sheriff's Office Facebook page. We don't have a list of roads closing. That's just too many to keep up with. But if any roads are going to be shut down for an extended period of time, we're going to post that shortly. But as far as the list, this is too many to keep up with right now.
Okay. Lieutenant Stuart Smith from the Troup County Sheriff's Office, where they are dealing with more than 60 reports of downed trees, some on homes and cars. We appreciate your time this morning. And want to take a look at some viewer pictures right now. This is from Bill out of Noonan. You can see trees on top of this car. We are hearing similar damage reports from most of our southern counties, in fact. And right now, Georgia Power and electric co-ops are working to get the power back on for thousands in the metro area. About an hour ago when I was checking, we were talking about 100,000 plus folks in the dark. Right now, most of those in Fulton County, where 32,000 people are without power, about 16,000 in DeKalb, another 17,000 in Clayton. In Cobb this morning, Georgia Power reports about 5,000 outages and about 7,000 in Henry. I know at my home this morning we are going on almost 5 hours without power. Be sure to stay weather aware by downloading the 11 Alive app. Just scan the QR code on your screen to get it for free. You can sign up for weather alerts and take the 11 Alive weather impact forecast with you wherever you go. Some other news.